Hello and good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come scrapbook with me. A couple of reminders. I have the winter retreat going on right now, and that is with the fragrant flowers. The links are below to join that. We also have the craft party with Donna Gray and myself on January 21st. That is a Facebook group and it will be live. I have my online class and sampler class, and that is with the Share a Milkshake. Don't forget to sign up for all of these January events. We have the Sweet Licious Fun Fold Club with the fancy Flora, and that is actually what I'm going to be playing with today. And don't forget to check out the apparel shop at Stampersdelightshop.com. We are going to have some new and exciting items out there this month, so definitely check it out. And also, don't forget to grab what you want that you may have been putting off, your favorite things, because they may not be there after January. So take a look there. Okay, so let's get started. So what I thought today I would do, because I've been playing with the fancy Flora suite, and this just makes such a great scrapbook page. Okay, it's 2 stamp sets. If you haven't seen my video on the standing pop-up card, you're going to want to check that out. So here is the dies for this set right here. And we're going to be using these stamps today. And then for the something fancy, we have these great label dies. Probably my favorite dies right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you something first, which I don't usually do, because I'm going to step it up a notch. So this is a scrapbook page that I did, and I made my background with all those beautiful flowers. I added, and this is Orchid Oasis, I added this 8.5 by 11 sheet for my picture, and there's that tag. I mean, beautiful background. But I'm going to step it up a notch here, and we are going to bring in, there's my 8.5 by 11 Orchid Oasis. We have 12 by 12 Orchid Oasis, and then I have my 12 by 12 white. And I'm just going to trim that down a bit. So I'm just going to take off. I have all my ink pads opened up here, so hopefully I don't get my hands in them. I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch off on this side. And 1/4 of an inch off on this side. And then I'm going to layer it onto that 12 by 12 piece. But before I do that, I'm going to do a bunch of stamping. I have my blotter paper here, and I'm going to start with the Fresh Freesia and the Orchid Oasis. And I'm just going to go around. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set, so you do want to use your mat. I'm going to just grab my mat. There we go. And I'm also going to grab another piece of paper so I don't get my mat all messy. Okay, I'm all set. Okay, so I'm going to take this bolder image in the Orchid Oasis. I'm sorry, Fresh Freesia. And we're just going to go around here. This takes a little bit of time, but it's so well worth it. You can see I'm moving the paper in my hand so that I don't have to keep moving that. Just be careful that you don't get ink on your cardstock. Okay, then I'm going to go right back into those flowers with the Orchid Oasis, which is a little bit darker. And it really brings out those flowers nicely. Now I'm just turning the paper, again, so I don't get ink all over. You can see the flowers are going in different directions. Also, this is two-step stamping. It is not meant to be perfect and lined up perfect. You can get it lined up perfectly if you want, but it's not meant for that. This is great for new stampers or new scrapbookers. This is actually probably one of the first techniques I ever used when I started stamping 25 years ago. Okay, so let's get that in there. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the next size flower, and I am going to be using Stampersdelight. Just randomly putting those wherever. Put a half a flower over there. I don't have to do the whole paper because there's going to be cardstock in between here. Maybe put one right there in that spot. You can see it's not exactly even, and it doesn't have to be because we're going to do some fill-ins here. I am now putting in the coral over the Stampersdelight. There will be still shots on my blog, Stampersdelight.com. Don't forget to check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. This way you'll know when I pop in for a live or I add another video. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to go with a smaller one, and we're going to go with Pool Party. Nope, I'm using Balmy Blue. Okay, and I'm filling in now those spots. And you can see I'm going right over the other colors. It's fine. It's going to look great when I'm done. And you can see I'm just edging that all the way around. I'm going to throw one right here. One right there. This is a beautiful suite. Definitely check out my other video on the cards that I did with this the other day. I'm going to add just a few more inside here. And I think I have enough there. Once I'm done with that, I am going to grab the insert for those flowers, and I'm using Starry Sky. Oop, just fix that one. And keep it on your pad there. Look how beautiful the blue looks. So vibrant. Okay, let's just go in here. I'm going to go all the way around. You can see some of these are off-centered, and it is fine. Almost done. Of course, the more flowers you do, the more time it's going to take. And I'm not going to do the middle piece because we're going to fill that in. Okay. And if you'd like to place an order with me, there is my host code for January. Only use that if your order is less than $150. If it's more than $150, you want to don't use that because you want to get the Hostess Rewards points. Now I'm going to fill in with Soft Succulent, and these are the leaves. And I am just putting leaves wherever I feel they need it, like a little spot, maybe too much white. Just go ahead. Not every flower needs a leaf. Some of them are going to definitely be covered up. And it adds a little bit more color to this. Okay, just slide that over. That one didn't come out too well. I'm just going to stamp right over that. Look how beautiful that is. Add some green right here. Maybe a little right there. It's really coming together now. This is also the suite that Donna Gray and I are using for our Sweet Licious Fun Fold Club this month. It's just got so many possibilities. Okay, I'm going to do one more right there, I think, and I think that might be enough. Okay. So this is going to be layered right on top of here, and I can go ahead and do that now. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. You can see I got a little ink right there. No worries. It's going to be hidden. It's because I had so many inks open at the same time. We are going to lay that down right here. Just leave a little bit of that beautiful Orchid Oasis corner there. Now this is another piece of Orchid Oasis. Like I said, this is 8.5 by 11. What I'm going to do with this though, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Remember from that one I showed you, I'm going to add some of this shimmer paper. So we have this beautiful shimmer paper, and I'm just going to cut off a little bit. Now this is 12 by 12. My purple, or my fresh freesia, I've been using that, so that's a little bit smaller right now, but it will work. I'm just going to grab maybe 3/4 of an inch of this. Cut that off. I absolutely love that shimmer paper. And then here is my green. I'm going to do the same thing, about 3/4 of an inch. I don't need that much, but it gives me a little bit more to work with. Okay, now this one is longer, so that I'm going to cut to the 11 inches. Let me bring that paper trimmer back in. I'm going to open this up, and because this is 12 by 12, I only need it at 11. I'm going to cut that little piece off right there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Right in the center. You could use it just like that. Wouldn't it be beautiful just like that? You could put a round die cut in there. Okay, so I am just going to do that. I'm going to take my green. I'm going to line this up, leaving a little bit of a spot right there. And then I have this purple. Now the purple is smaller, and I want that right inside there. So we're going to add that right in there. And now I have a place for my picture. But one other thing I want to do is I want to take those dies, and I'm going to use this one, the larger die, and I'll use that little flower. I'm going to grab a piece of white, and I'm going to stamp on this one. Nothing fancy, just love. And I'm going to again use the Orchid Oasis, so I'm just going to put that right in the center. I'm going to grab fresh freesia. I don't need this whole piece, but I'm going to use it and then cut it out. And then I'll use, let's use the yellow, brighten it up a bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut that out just like that, and with that little insert piece there. So let me grab that. And again, I have all these open, so hopefully I don't get my hands in everything. Move that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to push that up just a little bit so I can put that little insert in there. And then I am going to, the sentiment, nothing fancy, just love. I like that because you can use any pictures there. Doesn't say birthday, so it doesn't have to be a birthday or anything like that. It's pretty generic. Okay, so here's those pieces, and of course I have that left over. I'll just get rid of that right now. Let me bring in that tag. That beautiful tag. I'm going to use some dimensionals on that. Let me grab those. Got my large dimensionals, so I only need a few of those. 2 of them stuck together. There we go. And I'll add one right to the center. Just going to put that right there. Again, I still have room for a picture. I'm going to move it just over just a little bit so that I can put my picture there. I would put something right about here. Now, a lot of you ask, well, you make your pages, but you don't have any pictures yet. Trust me, I can always find pictures to fit in these pages once I make them. You can even, just so you know, you don't need one large picture. You can put 2 smaller ones here. So a lot of times I make the pages, then I go through my photos, and that's when I say, oh, that one would look really nice there. I'm going to go ahead and take that ribbon and make it a little bit smaller so it fits on my page. It's going to go right about here. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to add that right there. Not worried about that little bit of ribbon. I can trim that off, or I can just leave it when I put it in the page protector, but I'm going to just snip that. Okay, so I have this cute little bow now. Snip this one too. And then I'm going to bring in some of those gems that go with the collection. And they have 3 colors in here, and you can mix and match the colors. I am going to use some of these coral ones to really make this pop. I'm going to add a coral one there, and then I'm taking the larger one, and I'm just going to add some of these around the side here. I think the coral ones probably work out a little bit more. They make it pop a little bit more. But you can use any of them, or you can mix and match, like I said. Let's do one more here. And there we have a beautiful 12 by 12 scrapbook page. I'm just going to move that up so you can see it better. There we go. So that one is just a little bit more than the first one I did. The first one didn't have any gems on it. I might add those later. But you see, I just used the white as my background. And I could still use this as a 2-page layout if I wanted to. So that's how easy it is to make your own background using the fancy Flora and making your own scrapbook pages. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Scrapbook 101. Until next time, keep on scrapbooking, scrapbookers. Bye!